Hello everybody, this is Verdict and welcome to Protection Paladin in Phase 1 of the Burning Crusade Classic. Now, you're going to see a few things up in this video. First and foremost, that's me and my Paladin with just a random group, nothing way too out of the ordinary, and essentially we are just grinding dungeons, basically doing what every single person in the game does. And in this video, I'm going to share really my first thoughts onto the Protection Paladin, how it is, and essentially we're going to talk about what to do, how to do it, and not just that, there are a few things of very big importance that need to be mentioned. And let's just begin, but before that, as I mentioned, my name is Verdict, and onto this channel we do a lot of Retribution and Protection Paladin content for vanilla, and of course, as you can see, we are transferring that also to the Burning Crusade. So if you think that you want to take your Paladin to a whole new level, then please, by all means, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned to the things that I have to say, as I think of myself as a good educator in regards of the Paladin. And yeah, let's just go onto it. Now, this is, I think it was the Blood Furnace. Yeah, this is the Blood Furnace, and I'm already level 61, so I have had quite a few runs. So what you see right now is a little bit of a way above, the first time you've ever entered this dungeon. Now, bear in mind, guys, I've been a Red and a Prot Paladin for 8 years on Classic, on Vanilla Classic, and what you see right now is one of my very first attempts to actually be a proper tank inside the Burning Crusade. Now, I might have played Classic out of my mind, and I know the game inside out and backwards. I know the literature. I know the philosophy of the game. And the Burning Crusade so far, and everything that I've seen from people telling me, the philosophy is kind of the same. It's just that it has more flavor to it. And I know pretty much everything about the Paladin and the Burning Crusade too. It's just that I've never got the chance to play it myself, so it's going to be a learning process both for me and hopefully for you guys, the people who watch me and want to get educated in regards of Paladin, so on and so forth. So what we're doing is rather interesting because we are overperforming like crazy. Please just listen out to me for a split second. There's so many bugs about the Paladin right now that are just making us push so much higher in regards of effectiveness that it's just ridiculous. And many of you guys, if you've played a Protection Paladin, you most likely know the rule set of seals and reckoning and extra attacks, so forth and so forth. Now, bear in mind, the Burning Crusade has this unwritten rule, quote unquote, where it states, quote unquote, as I mentioned, it's procs cannot procs. Yeah, exactly how you heard it, which means that if I get a Wind Fury proc, I shouldn't be able to get a Seal of Righteousness proc. If I get a Reckoning proc, I shouldn't be able to get any seals to proc from it. But so far, that's a thing that's happening. Essentially, whenever you have Reckoning, and you're going to see this in the video, just look closely, whenever I have Reckoning up, you're going to just see how I double proc Seal of Righteousness, and that's insane amounts of threat. And it's not just for Seal of Righteousness, it procs for every single seal. Obviously, Seal of Command has a cooldown to it, which is, I think, 1 second, so you can't double proc Seal of Command. That would have been just flat out broken. But you get what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's just crazy good so far. And I've been noticing how things work in this particular dungeon. Mobs just have this flavor, and the guards up front, they have a chance to, not a chance, actually, every time they slam you down, they dispel you. I think that was Devastating Charge, I think it was the spell. Don't kill me. I still don't know the things entirely in regards of the content itself. I know Paladins, and that kind of, my Burning Crusade experience kind of ends like this. So, we have this insane reckoning bug, as I said, and it's absolutely crazy. And I'm not sure why Blizzard didn't just fix that. Now, do bear in mind, guys, I don't want this fixed because it's everything that we've ever wanted. And speaking from a history-wise, from retrospect, Paladins never took Reckoning for raiding because Reckoning just proved to be absolutely just useless. Instead of going for the 5 points of Reckoning, just go into Retribution tree or increase your mana from the Holy Tree. You get the idea. And this time around, if Reckoning stays like that, and we know that Blizzard wants to make changes because they killed Reckoning with the fact that it no longer procs seals, and that was back in the day. That was, I think, patch 2.1. It stated that Reckoning cannot proc seals, and Seal of Righteousness can no longer proc weapon effects. As you can see, my bags are actually quite full. and if that's a change, then that's a most welcome change. By all means necessary. That change is just absolutely crazy. And I love it because it's everything that the Paladin is missing in regards of his single target threat. And if they decide to keep it, fuck yeah, let's just go for it, man. Like, thank you so much for the patience with this. I mean, by patience I mean red paladins and protection paladins in general. Specs that are mediocre often enough can bitch quite a lot to Blizzard in regards of how bad their class is. I know, I've seen this for 8 years straight, guys. It's like that in Classic, and it's always been and always will be until changes are made. Now, let's talk a little bit about seal twisting. A different topic. Seal twisting for protection paladins is going to be a thing, absolutely. Seal of Righteousness, seal twisting with Seal of Vengeance, that is going to be a thing, I promise you. It's just that it's not going to be a thing such as you ignore the entirety of your rotation for the sakes of doing the seal twist. No, it's like you do it whenever you possibly could. And do bear in mind that Seal of Vengeance is just overperforming Seal of Righteousness, which is really, really good. I still haven't got it because you get it level 64, but I can just imagine level 64 just running through dungeons, dungeon bosses especially. The threat is just on a different level, especially if Reckoning can proc that too. Oh, what have they done? It's crazy. What have they done? Now, seal twisting aside, let's talk about Greater Blessings of Kings threat spam. It's still in the game, but it's you know, it's not going to be by any stretch of the imagination what, you know, how good it is in Classic will not be the same how good it is in the Burning Crusade Classic. It's going to be a thing that perhaps you could do here and there, but bear in mind you're going to have most likely 3 or 4 people of the same class tops. Global cooldown is 1.5 seconds, so that's like 300 threads a second. That's nothing. That's absolutely pathetic. So I don't see that being a thing. Really, to be fair with you guys, I don't see that being a thing. And with that being said, let's talk a little bit about gear and itemization. Now, as you can see, I'm running right now. Oh, actually, I should probably link my gear. I'm going to put it down below in the description through a Wowhead link. I'm running a really simple classic style playset. I have the full tier 2.5 with the what do you call it? With the tank enchants, the 5 out of 5 set. I have what you see. I think this is the hammer from the first boss right now onto the onto my main hand, obviously with the molten core shield. And you know, since I'm a red pally in Classic, at least I've been for quite some time, I haven't really got a lot of tank gear, but I do have an Eye of Cthulhu on my neck. That's kind of the most exciting piece on me. So yeah, with that being said, gear wise it's like that. And the spec I'm also going to link down below if you're curious enough to see. If you're curious kind of to not really copy but to take the route which I took, then of course that's going to be down available into the description. And yes, my friends, so far so good. It feels amazing to be a Prot Paladin, and I just can't really stress how much I like this. I don't want to go Classic anymore. But those technicians in the Blood Furnace, oh my god, they silence, the bombs, it's just crazy. No wonder people run this heroic only with casters. Just the technicians are just far too annoying. Now, let's talk a little bit about tanking. Now, I feel pity to the warriors, to my warrior friends, everybody who I have as a warrior friend, and man, like they're not getting invited. They're just not. It's just, why have a warrior when you can have a protection paladin? It really is vice versa compared to what Classic is. And it's absolutely crazy. So far, you know, paladins are just kings of AoE threat. Paladins tank better dungeons than warriors. That's just you know, widely known as a fact. Of course, raiding is a different scenario, but a warrior kind of needs to get to level 70 somehow. And I've seen warriors respec, go into arms or whatnot, fury, or just quest. I've seen warriors actually straight up quest instead of going dungeons, which is not a good idea, guys. That dungeon farm to honored, and then you do all the quests to get next to revered is just far too good, and you should never really skip that. With that being said, my dear friends, let's talk a little bit about tactics in regards of tanking. Now, I've seen a few people here and there from streams and whatnot. People are really afraid, especially if you're a paladin, because the effectiveness of a paladin over here in regards of tanking compared to what it is in classic is just a whole new thing, and players are getting a little bit scared. There's huge responsibility whenever you're playing the Prot Pally, that unless everything is on you, you kind of suck. And I just wanted to send a message. Guys, you need to understand a few things. Tanking is delegation of resources, and threat is one of those resources. If you see a target just run away from you and that target is on 30%, don't worry about it. Every class has something one way or another to deal with it, and it's not like a boss is running towards your party members. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I saw this streamer, won't really mention names, I saw this streamer just getting bullied on his stream how bad he was as a protection paladin. Well, truth be told, he did exactly what I would do, and you know, it's just that the community is a little bit, how can I say, on edge. Let's be most optimal, but that's kind of a thing. It has been a thing for quite some time, especially in classic. It just comes with the world buffs, to be fair with you. You know, optimality is the community's strive. So yes, my dear friends, so far leveling is good. It's amazing. I love it. I am already level 62 by the time you're watching this, and I've most likely entered already Slave Spence. Most likely I am 63 right now, just getting geared slowly and steadily. And yeah, once we're level 70, me and my friends, we're going to make a 5-man party, to just do the entire Outland quests, like all of them. Just start from scratch and up until finish. Maybe make like a few thousands gold. I'm not sure how much that would be. And after that, I most likely will go into just purchasing gear, running heroics, and yeah. Overall, for me personally, Karazhan and Gruslayer and entirely tier 4 content, I am not going to push. Reason for that is because first and foremost, I don't really have the time to commit like that. I have a really good job which I have to pay attention to, and if you wonder, I'm an engineer, and it's just I just can't see myself push for tier 4, because there's no reason to push for tier 4. And tier 5 is a different thing. Preparations can be made in a better way so that you can, you know, start pushing for, let's just say, top 10 on the realm or stuff like that. Overall, we decided with the guild that we're not really gonna go crazy about it. You know, tier 4 is gonna be fine, but you know, we're still gonna do all the raids per usual, but of course we're not gonna go week 1 clear everything. You know, it's just crazy, and it also takes away from you. I'm gonna burn out like crazy if I'm level 70 by the end of the week. That's gonna be good, but I won't go crazy about it. So I will leave you at this, guys. Please do enjoy the gameplay by the end of the dungeon, and yeah, you guys are awesome. I hope you get to subscribe to the channel. Check the Paladin Discord for the Burning Crusade. It is out officially. And yeah, guys, see ya on to the next episode. Probably we're going to talk already at level 70. So yeah, keeping your heads up. See ya, guys. Bye-bye.
Fools! He'll kill us all!